Welcome, family, friends, and subscribers, new and old alike. And that goes for all of you. Anyway, we're going to talk about microeconomies today for the Rise Up America series. And the reason I put this in this series is simply because that what my belief is in the short time I've had to look this over and kind of study it is there are many governments either that have very limited resources or that just want to protect themselves from government overreach. So the local governments are creating microeconomies in order to sustain, survive, and thrive during extremely difficult times financially. Anyway, let me read you. This is from Wikipedia. Microeconomics, a branch of economics that studies the behavior of individual households and firms in making decisions on the allocation of limited resources. Further information, evolution of microeconomics. Further information, evolution of microeconomics. Microeconomics, from Greek prefix micro, M-I-K-R-O dash, meaning small, is a branch of economics that studies the behavior of individuals and firms in making decisions regarding the allocation of scarce resources and the interactions among these individuals and firms. One goal of microeconomics is to analyze the market mechanisms that establish relative prices among goods and services and allocate limited resources among the alternative uses. Microeconomics shows conditions under which free market lead to desirable allocations. It also analyzes market failure, where markets fail to produce efficient results. Microeconomics, not macroeconomics, it's microeconomics, stands in contrast to macroeconomics. That one was macroeconomics. Okay, microeconomics stands in contrast to macroeconomics, which involves the sum total of economic and activity dealing with the issues of growth, inflation, and unemployment, and with national policies relating to these issues. Microeconomics also deals with the effect of economic policies such as changing taxation levels on the aforementioned aspects of the economy, particularly in the wake of the Lucas critique. Much of modern macroeconomics theory has been built upon micro foundations, i.e. based upon basic assumptions about micro-level behavior. Okay. Now we're going to get into assumptions and definitions. Microeconomics theory typically begins with the study of a single rational and utility maximizing individual to economist rationality, meaning an individual possesses stable preferences that are both complete and transitive. The technical assumption that preference relations are continuous is needed to ensure the existence of a utility function. Although microeconomics theory can continue without this assumption, it would make comparative statics impossible, since there is no guarantee that the resulting utility function would be differentiable. I don't know if that's, if they're saying microeconomics isn't going to work. Now, however, I happen to live in a town where it really seems to thrive. It seems to be a microeconomy because most businesses in my town seem to not only survive but thrive. Lately, since Governor Snyder, I'm in Michigan, and since Governor Snyder has taken office, my hometown, for instance, we had 2 cameras for many, many years. One of the reasons we had one close was simply due to change of landlord. Landlord wanted land to build their condos, more of their condos, not necessarily that they were needed. So it was a greed thing, partly. And the other part may not, because the one Kmart we had in town was more of a niche type Kmart, which means they filled the void, filled the niche out, it was a vastly different area when they came in 1993, and there was nothing out that way. But I mean, we have a different Kmart where I'm located that has served the area, my hometown area, since about the late 1970s, and is still here today. We have Target and Walmart, 2 Myers. We have a brand new Lucky store that opened up. We have a Kohl's. We also have the Macy's. We also have TJ Maxx. And we have Bed Bath & Beyond. The Lucky's Market that just opened up they sell a lot of health food, a lot of various things. They have an apothecary. And anyway, we'll get more into that maybe later. And then we have many individual smaller businesses, individuals who own their own, their own business, small business, a lot of small business in my hometown area, especially the downtown area of my hometown area. They are seem to be just thriving. Excuse me one moment. Excuse me just a moment. At any rate, so we have a town that's pretty much thriving. I would guesstimate to have probably that we have countywide, citywide, there's about 30,000 at this point. I wouldn't pay too much attention to what any statistics you hear out there, even the whatever that thing is, where they calculate how many what population of each city and or town is. Because I've talked to local sheriff's deputies in my hometown, and they have told me that in the city alone, they have 30,000 residents. Outside the city and countywide, it's nearly 100,000. So let's get on with this. So it would make comparative static impossible, since there is no guarantee that the resulting utility function would be differentiable. Microeconomics theory progresses by defining a competitive budget set, which is a subset of the consumption set. It is at this point that economists make the technical assumption that the preferences are locally non-satiated, without the assumption of LNS, local non-satiation. Some tough words there. There is no guarantee that a rational individual would maximize utility with the necessary tools and assumptions in place. The utility maximization problem, UMP, is developed. The utility maximization problem is the heart of a consumer theory. The utility maximization problem attempts to explain the action axiom by imposing rationality axioms on consumer preferences and then mathematically modeling and analyzing the consequences. The utility maximization problem serves not only as a mathematical foundation of consumer theory, but as a metaphysical explanation of it as well. The utility maximization problem is used by economists to not only explain what or how individuals make choices, but why individuals make choices as well. Okay, so that's on Wikipedia. If you want to look that up, just what I did is I typed in microeconomies. What are they? And the question mark. Let's we're going to go to a different one here. Let's try this. Let's see. Bear with me here. I'm going to keep you alive for the moment. Okay, well, I found a very good one. This is called Investopedia. What is microeconomics? Microeconomics is a social science that studies the implications of individual human actions, specifically about how those decisions affect the utilization and distribution of scarce resources. Microeconomics shows how and why different goods have different values, how individuals make more efficient and more productive decisions, how individuals best coordinate and cooperate with one another. Generally speaking, microeconomics is considered a more complete, advanced, and settled science than macroeconomics. Okay, did you get that? Microeconomics is, generally speaking, microeconomics is considered a more complete, advanced, and settled science than macroeconomics. So when you hear people talk about certain cities and towns having microeconomies, what they're simply talking about, they are simply telling you that these towns would more than likely fare far better than cities and towns that don't have a microeconomy, that have based their other assumptions, all their economies around how many false truths of the not only the United States government, many state governments seem to believe, like what they say is best for us. That's why as citizens of the United States, we've got to rise up, take a stand. We've got to, come on, American, rise up. Do your own homework, do your own investigations, make sure you know what you're talking about. And as a YouTuber, if you go on YouTube and you do videos, please just be honest and don't come on and spread false truths. No one likes that. What I'm reading to you now is from the Investopedia series, which seems to be pretty good. I'm going to study it more, and there will be another video, follow-up video, probably within a week or less. Alright, that's it for this video. God bless you all. Have a great day. Take care. Peace out.